are you the type of either perfect or nothing person? Well, personally, I used to be, and I'm still a bit, but I'm working on it. I remember the most often thing I told myself was, this is not good enough, this is far from perfect, I cannot do A, B, C, D because I don't have E, F, G. To be frank, I used to think perfectionism is a good thing, because I mean, come on, at least I'm trying to do a better job, right? But now I would rather put it this way. I think it's a double-edged sword. Of course, on the one hand, it makes our job better. But on the other hand, when you got too obsessed with the idea that things has to be 10 out of 10, then it starts to become a killer of productivities. Here is an example of mine. I have always wanted to write, but to be frank, my writing skill is pretty average. Except for having a habit of reading, I have never taken any serious writing course or literature class. So plain writing skill, not having a professional background of literature, have always been my perfect excuse of not writing. But just doing instead of demanding things to be flawless is so important, because improvement comes from numerous practice, right? We cannot enhance our skill by not doing anything. The only way to improvement is to act. So if I want to become a better writer, the only way towards it is to write. If you want to become a better tennis player, the only way towards it is to practice with the right technique. Another excuse I often use for not doing anything is, I don't have inspiration today. But what happened later? You find yourself not inspired today, not inspired tomorrow, not inspired the day after. Why? What happened here? Sometimes idea does pop up, but admittedly, it's rare, right? If we have to wait for the inspiration, nothing can ever be achieved. A more reliable way is to work on it constantly, because they mostly appear when we're actively doing something. But during this journey, consistency, patience, and self-trust are required. Just as the old saying goes, Rome wasn't built in one day. For anyone who is facing the same problem, who is struggling with perfectionism, here is my advice. Stop striving for perfectionism. Instead, shift your focus on start doing. As James Clear wrote in his book Atomic Habits, when you think about your goals, don't just consider the outcome you want. Focus on the repetition that leads you to the place. Focus on the piles of work that comes before. This can really save you from overthinking. Do it, focus on the process. Try to enjoy the journey and be consistent with what you are doing no matter what happened. Which means even today's work is not better than yesterday. It happens sometimes, right? Tell yourself it's okay, as our mind and body conditions are different every day. What matters is that you don't give up and you try to be consistent with what you are doing. It is just like the line chart. The line isn't increasing all the way. At some point, it goes downward, whereas at the other point, it turns upward. But overall, the graph shows an upward tendency. So as our work, it is not always a straight upward line. It is more like a curved chart. So that's pretty much I wanted to share with you today. I know this is a topic that worth a deeper discussion. But my idea here is really to introduce this idea to you, by sharing my own experience with it. And please don't hesitate to share with me your experience with perfectionism, how it has affected your life, how you deal with it. So thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, please give it a thumb up. I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao!